So hello and welcome students to our Scratch video series. So today we are going to learn something very interesting, and that is a hide and seek game. So up till now we have learned about different types of costume, changing your sprite, changing the background, making it fly, making it and many things. Okay, so today we are going to apply all those concepts such as using a variable or using loops and other such concepts to learn one thing, and that is how to make a game. So today you are going to make your first game. All right, so without any further delay, let's begin. So there's introduction, activity and conclusion. So as I've already told you, today we are going to learn about a hide and seek game. Okay. So it is a pretty simple game where you will see a sprite, and when you click the sprite, your score will increase by 1 and a sound will be generated as well. Simple enough. So I have two options, either to read through this PPT or may actually make this game, and which I think is more experiential learning for you. Okay, so I've already told you what this game is about. We're gonna choose a sprite, then we're gonna choose a backdrop, and then it is a simple task that when your sprite will be clicked, okay, so the score will increase by 1. Then we have some simple coding, not coding actually, we are just making logic. Okay, we are just placing blocks according to the logic. So I will explain these blocks to you when I do it in front of you, and this is how your game is gonna look like. Okay, then we will learn how to create a variable, then name a variable, and then how to select a sound, create a sound, and then use it in your logic, and then finally your game would be ready. So without any further delay, let's move on to our game. Okay, so first of all we have events, and as you all know, when the green flag is clicked. Okay, now what I want to do, what I want you to do is that I want to choose a sprite. For say, which sprite should I choose? I like Billu the cat, so I'm going with Billu the cat. Okay, so you can choose any sprite that you want. And now I want to choose a backdrop. So say suppose I choose the backdrop that is say a nebula. Okay, nebula looks cool enough. Okay, I like this. I like this. So I want my sprite, that is Billu the cat, to show and then say hello for 2 seconds. Yes, and then go to a random position, and then it will appear for 1 second and then disappear for 1 second. This is the logic. Okay, so let's go step by step. First, what I want my Billu to do, show. So I will go to looks and I will search something as show. Done. Okay, now I want my Billu to say hello for 2 seconds. So let's say, where is something that we can say hello for 2 seconds. Okay, so I want it to be a bit more funny, so I am writing meow. Okay, say meow for 2 seconds. Done. And now it should go to a random position, not random right now. Basically it should go to the initial position where I want my Billu to be. Yes, in the previous lessons we learned about the coordinates, XY coordinates. So in which coordinate do you want your Billu to be? Suppose say I want him to be in the first quadrant, the upper right quadrant, and in that upper right quadrant I want it to be on the top right hand side of the screen. So top right side of the screen should be 130, 140, 130, 140, somewhere there. Okay, so motion, I will go to motion, and then I will write go to. There is an option called go to. Okay, so I will click this option, and then let's say 140 comma 140. Okay, let's see where it goes. Meow. Okay, so it is going at the top right end of the screen, right? So okay, so let me bring it a little bit down so that you can see him. 120 looks fine. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Now, as my Billu is set for now, I want a forever loop. Yes, because it will hide for 1 second and then show for 1 second again and again and again and again. So I should be using a forever loop. So I will go to control and I will use a forever loop. So first my Billu will hide. Okay, so I will go to looks and there is an option called hide. I will choose this option. And now I want him to wait for 1 second. I want him to hide for 1 second. So where is the timing? Control, wait for 1 second. And now I want my Billu to go to a random position. So for this we have an amazing block and that says go to random. See this, here you can see go to random position. And then wait for 1 second as well. Okay, first he will show himself. So we will go to looks and then he should show himself for 1 second, because if you don't wait for 1 second then he will show and immediately disappear. It won't give you any time to click on the sprite. Okay, so we have to put a wait of 1 second. If you want to make the game a little more difficult, you can choose the time as 0.5 seconds, 0.7 depending on the difficulty. So our basic logic is now completed. Okay, now I want to add a few things. Now we will learn how to create a variable. See, if you have watched my previous videos or previous lectures on various like A blocks or Scratch, you must know what a variable is. A variable is a space where you can store something. Yes, if you are learning this, let me tell you, a variable is like a box. Yes, you store your toys in a box. So the number, the alphabet is like your toys, and where they are being stored is the box. Okay, so imagine a variable is like a box, a space where you can store something. So I want to store what? I want to store the score. Yes, initially I told you that whenever I click on the sprite, that is whenever I click on Billu, the score should increase by 1. And where should the scores be stored to? It should be stored in the variable named score. Okay, it is the space where the variable is being stored. So I will click on variables, make a variable, and then the name of my variable is score. Okay, now my variable is created, and initially when the game is starting the score should be 0. So initially in the beginning set score to 0. Done. Okay, so 90% of my logic is completed right now. I just want to add a few cool things, such as when the sprite is clicked, basically when the cat is clicked, score should increase by 1, and it should also make a sound which looks more funny. Okay, so I was looking into sounds and I found a very funny sound, and that was boink, bonk. This. Wait, let me turn up the volume. Yes, this looks funny enough to me, so I would be choosing this sound. Okay, so I will go back to the code and events, control events. Okay, so inside events I will, when sprite is clicked, yes, so when my sprite is clicked, what will happen? The score should increase by 1. So I will go to variables and change what? Change score by 1, and along with this a sound should also be created. So I will go to sound and play sound boink. I think it's pronounced as bonk. Okay, bonk until done. So we have these two. Now It's very simple. You can place them side by side. You can place it here, however you like it. Okay, the logic is pretty simple. And when the sprite is clicked, change score by 1. So now let us play this game. Okay, so full screen. Let's see if this is working. Meow. Okay. Yes, score 1. Oh, I missed it. Done. Done. Oh, I missed it. Yes. Oh, again missed it. Okay. If I want to make this game a little more difficult, I can set the delay to 0.7 seconds. Okay, so the game is working perfectly and it will run forever. Okay, so you can see where it's appearing and you have to click on it. I missed. I clicked, 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 clicked. Oh, missed. Ah, done. Okay. So I think it's a pretty interesting game. And don't you think it's wonderful that you are able to create your own game right now? So I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. So this was Alien and Pico, but we have chosen Billu the cat and Nebula. So you can change the sprite, you can change your background. The logic almost remains the same. Okay. So this is an assessment for you. So you have to select your own character, and if player click the sprite one time, then he will get 2 points. So uh, see, I'm giving you a hint. The logic would almost be the same, but when sprite is clicked, score should increase by 2. The second block which says score increased by 1, score increases by 2. Okay, so you should make this game. Definitely it's for your practice. Okay, so create an summary is like we created a hide and seek game. We learned about loop, we learned about costume, background, below the sprite. Yes, and then we learned about amazing sounds. Then we learned how to create this logic, how to think logically, and when to apply what. Yes, so I think that was pretty cool that we made a game today, and I'm sure you would want to practice this at your home. And I think you learned a lot from today's video. So if you liked this video, keep watching us, subscribing us, and believing. Thank you so much for